We here at Mayhem Media
understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the U.S.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mayhemtainment. I am your host, and I am officially going to take on my new moniker on this episode. So I am your host, the Razor Ramon of podcasting, the bad guy, JB. And I am being joined alongside my very good friends from the Rinky Dink Bullshit podcast. I love saying that out loud, Johnny Lee. I love saying it out loud. Superfly Johnny Lee is in the house. Welcome to the show, Johnny Lee.
Glad to be here.
And of course, from Popcorn and Whiskey and Top Fitness Strategies, we have on Andrew Poletto. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back, man.
Hey, thanks for having me here. This is going to be fun.
Listen, I want you to know that I did not choose my new moniker. It was chosen for me by several other people, and so that's the way it is now.
The bad guy.
That's the way it is. I guess that's what everybody keeps saying. So that's what I'm going to do. I decided to just embrace it is what I'm going to do.
There you go. Good for you.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about the Paul and Joshua fight. And we might even get another person in the studio. And if you're watching along and you'd like to join us in the studio, the link should be available in the comments. So hit the link as long as you have a microphone, and you can feel free to join us also. And Wolfman is already watching. He says Jake Paul deserves the ass kicking he got.
Yes, he did.
So I think listen, the fight I think was exactly what I was kind of not just expecting, but from a boxing fan's point of view, what it should have been, what I was hoping it would become. What are you guys' thoughts before I?
Well, let me jump in first real quick. I did not see it last night. I watched some of the highlights today in preparation for this. Was this on? It was on Netflix, right? Or was it?
Yep, Netflix.
Yep.
So if you have a Netflix subscription, you would have been able to see it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I said I didn't realize that. I would have turned it on last night. I would have.
I was getting rid of my Netflix. I'm planning on not having it for a few months. So I had turned it off, but I thought my subscription had ended. I just happened to turn it on. I was like, oh, let's just see. And there it was. And now joining the cast is, if we look familiar, it's okay because we're brothers. J-Man has officially joined the cast. J-Man, welcome to the show.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
He can't hear anything. All right, so we're just going to keep him muted, and I'm going to help him diagnose the problems, the technical problems, while we're doing this show, and hopefully we can get him in. Andrew, it's okay that you didn't see it. You watched the highlights.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the things that puzzled me with the highlights is, was this a boxing match or is it an MMA? Because he
Can't hear anything.
Jay kind of jumped on the ground or some kind. So I was a little confused with that. So which one was it?
Yeah.
It's a boxing match, but apparently in Jake Paul's eyes, he wanted for a takedown.
Okay. All right. Just making sure I didn't miss something there. I was like, okay.
My favorite part about that whole takedown incident was that Ronaldo had to say, "Referee, what the hell are you doing? Why are you checking Anthony Joshua when it is clearly Jake Paul's fault?"
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That the takedowns clearly looked to be like intentional. I couldn't believe he was kept trying to like do like every time he would fall and grab a hold, he would fall. I think it was intentional. I think he wanted to pull him to the
I
ground
do too.
to try and tire him out or to potentially injure him or injure a knee or something like that. So yeah, I'm not happy about that. J-Man, I know you can't hear us, but
All right, now I
hopefully
can hear you a little bit.
Okay, good.
I figured it out.
All right, good. I figured you would be able to after a minute or so. So
Yeah, just a second.
yeah, we're talking about the takedowns right now, J-Man. What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on that?
He was tired. He was worried. He's trying to hug the man, which I found a little weird and odd.
Hugging is one thing in boxing. Like it's one thing to grapple your like to grab a hold of your opponent, clinch, you know, when you get close or if you need to get out of a bad situation. But
Yeah.
like to actually fall to your knees and attempt
And
almost a double leg takedown.
And then chase after him as he was trying to back away multiple times,
Yeah.
which made it even weirder, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got a commenter here. Carrie Murray says that
Yep.
she hates how he spent most of the time running around. He acted way too scared. That was his only defense. It actually worked against him because by round
did.
5 he was spent. He was exhausted by round 5. He spent too many rounds trying to jump around.
Yeah, that had to have been a part of his game plan too, was to run and just throw random haymakers when he's seen an opening.
It
Just
worked with
split.
Tyson. It worked with Tyson, but the thing is that Anthony Joshua is not a 68-year-old, retired fighter trying to
58.
Oh,
58.
58.
Not
I
68.
apologize.
Right.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. I apologize. 58, but he's not 58, right? Like he's substantially younger, and Anthony Joshua was savvy to that. He saw what he was doing through the first couple rounds. He wasn't chasing him around. He used his long legs and took big steps and just kept just kept trying to cut him off. Anthony
And he
Joshua
wasn't
spent
throwing
almost no.
haymakers or throwing wildly.
Say that again, Johnny Lee.
He wasn't throwing haymakers or throwing wildly the whole time. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Jake Paul was hoping for.
Yeah. Once Anthony Joshua got comfortable, he started just lining him up and banging him
Yeah,
out.
he
And by
started
that time,
slipping. He started moving. He started throwing a little bit. Yeah.
So
I think. Go ahead, Andrew.
obviously both of these guys are quote unquote boxers, if you will. Now there's I guess you can debate whether Jake Paul is an actual boxer, a legitimate boxer. Well, I don't want to say that because obviously he is, because he's making quite a bit of money. So
And this is
That
his
doesn't make him a
10th ranked-
boxer, though.
This is his 10th ranked fight. It's his
yeah, I'm
second
gonna say
fight.
he's been doing it for a while. So my question is, again, I don't follow it, so I don't know. But since the Tyson debacle, is this Jake's first fight since then, or has he had other ones in there?
No, I believe this is his
Yeah,
first one
yeah.
since Tyson, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
as far as I know.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
that one was likely, staged and stuff. And I saw some people commenting about how Jake Paul's now staged this fight to make it so it didn't look like his other fights were staged because he staged a loss. Dude has a legitimate confirmed broken jaw.
Yep.
His head got Anthony Joshua hit him with full power on that right cross, dude. There was his whole face went sideways for a second, like he was a Simpsons character briefly.
Is Joshua is he ranked? I mean, is he a legit fighter? I
He's a
don't know.
former- Oh, yeah,
he's
he's a
an
former
Olympian
world
and everything.
champion.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
a former world champion.
Yeah, former
and an Olympian.
and an Olympian. You're right, J-Man. Yeah, and an Olympian.
Okay. All right.
Gold
So
medalist Olympian. I think it's a 2-time former world champion. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it's 2 or 3. 2-time former world champion.
Yeah.
He's the cream of the crop, if you will. The cream of the crop.
He is.
so can he
He's a real
continue?
boxer.
So does he have any legitimate shot of becoming champion again?
Anthony Joshua. Oh yeah, he'll definitely go. He'll definitely
Okay,
go
so-
after the title again.
so
He
do-
wants to fight Tyson Fury next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wants Tyson Fury. He done challenged. He said,
And Tyson
Tyson Fury,
Fury,
break
he's
your
a real
ass off.
boxer.
Yeah, Tyson
So
Fury is another real
He
boxer.
may not look like
imagine,
it, but he's the real deal. Tyson Fury is one hell of a boxer.
and I imagine the winner of that match will then would then set their sights on a title fight.
Yes.
Okay, so I bring that up because you said that there's rumors out there that this was a fixed fight. If this Joshua guy is legit and he's wanting to move forward in his boxing career, he wouldn't even
entertain that
remotely entertain it, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I would assume
he didn't.
Which is
Okay.
why the Mike Tyson fight is more believable, because that was not a legitimate ranked fight. That was what was called an exhibition. For anybody who doesn't know that. Go ahead,
Jake
J-Man.
Paul's fights aren't fixed. It's the contract that they signed just has all these rules. You cannot knock out. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. It's all the stipulations in Jake Paul's contracts that make it seem like it's fixed. It's not fixed. It's just
so you're saying
stipulations of the contract, which are a joke.
But I don't know if that can happen during the ranked fights. For it to be a legitimate ranked fight, certain things have to happen. Certain things have to be in place. So I don't know if that can be necessarily the case for legitimate ranked fights. Like Jake Paul, for a ranked fight, really loses a lot of power. Even though the boxing world is in complete shambles with all the different governing bodies and the WBA and the IBO and the WBO and, all of these things, but they are really careful about what's considered a legitimate fight and what's not. So having these things in a contract could even potentially cause problems for the sport itself. Not necessarily for Jake Paul, but when you're talking about a ranked fight, if you want a fight to be legitimate, then there's certain things that have to be in place. So I don't know if that's the case for Anthony Joshua. I'm sure that that's the case for Mike Tyson. I'm sure that was how the Mike Tyson fight went. But I don't know if that's been the case for for all 10 of his ranked fights.
Apparently that wasn't the case last night. They made the emphasis to make sure that everyone knew this ain't an exhibition match. This is a ranked fight between two competitors, 8 rounds, full 3 minutes. And Jake Paul was just trying to do everything he usually does in every other fight that he's ever had. All I'm saying is that he's nothing like Mike Tyson. Anthony came in there with one go. He was already mad because Jake Paul was trying to test him, and he said he's going to knock this man out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Jake Paul, he's a great promoter, clearly. There's no
absolutely,
question. The man knows how to promote and make
He's
money.
a showman.
Yeah, for sure. There's no question about that. But he is only a 5-year boxer. He started in 2020. Okay. Like that's why. And I love what the commentator said before the boxing match, that he said, if you believe in boxing, Anthony Joshua wins this fight. And I think as a boxing fan myself, that's why I'm so glad that he won the fight, because if boxing has any legitimacy, Jake Paul cannot just pick up the sport and start beating some of the best in the world. If boxing is a real legitimate, something legitimate, then you can't just do that, right? Like if he was just able to come in and beat Anthony Joshua, that would literally start the deconstruction of the sport of boxing. It would have to be rebuilt in a different.
So you're saying that Jake Paul just took up the sport in 2020?
Yeah.
He didn't have any kind of prior training to that?
Not officially, not like professional of any kind. No.
Okay.
Whether he trained in his backyard or like with like a trainer or something like on the side.
Right.
Yeah, maybe, but nothing not like a legitimate professional, quote unquote.
Okay.
Fight.
So why did Joshua? I'm sorry, I don't want to jump in here, but
go
ahead.
Why did Joshua choose this fight? Just for the money? Because excuse me.
First of all,
he took a chance of getting hit by a haymaker that Jake was throwing.
That's
60 million.
That's
was it 60 million?
He got 60 million, and he just came off a defeat, and he hasn't fought for 15 months.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua hasn't fought in 15 months. He was defeated before he went on break.
Yep.
This gave him it was a huge payday, number one. Number two, it's an 8-round fight, not a 12-round fight, because Jake Paul doesn't even rank high enough to be in the 12-round fights.
Well, how is Joshua even ranked if he hasn't fought in 15 months?
Anthony Joshua. Oh, you can
Yeah.
boxers only have to fight every it's something like so you actually are like lose your rank. I mean, he probably dropped some positions during his hiatus, during his time off, but he's likely still ranked in the top 10 in boxers.
Yeah, he's a 2-time Olympian
Okay.
and he's held the belts. He's
2-time world champion. He's an Olympian. So yeah, he's still going to be ranked regardless. Boxing rankings are really weird, Andrew. Like that
They
is also one of the weirdest things to try and track is like a boxer rankings.
Okay.
But yeah, Jake Paul doesn't even rank high enough. So Anthony Joshua took this. It's a great match to get your rust off. It's a huge payday.
Yep.
And
huge.
he also gets to shut up somebody who likes to talk a lot of smack. I don't think it was yes, it was a big risk for him because if he got, and I was saying that to J-Man before the match, I'm like, listen, because I agreed with the announcer, if you believe in boxing, Anthony Joshua wins this fight, but that doesn't mean that Jake Paul couldn't have gotten lucky and got the right punch at the right angle and knocked Anthony Joshua out. In a boxing match, anything would have been possible. So
It went 6 rounds, right? It went 6 rounds.
Yep. 6
8
rounds out of 8.
Or it was 6 out of 8 rounds. Yeah, he got knocked out in the 6th round.
Well, just that alone, and again, I'm not talking from a base of knowledge here because I don't know, but if Joshua is that good and Jake is not supposed to be that good,
yeah,
why did it go 6 rounds? Shouldn't have been like over in the 1st or 2nd round.
Again, and that's what a lot of professionals were saying.
Smart boxing.
J-Man, go ahead.
Smart boxing. You're gonna let
Meaning
him go in there, and you're gonna let the smaller guy jump around and wear himself out. The bigger guy would have wear himself out if he just would have went straight out and went full blown. He could have got caught a lot easier with his mouth open.
And I agree with J-Man.
He had a plan. He stuck to his plan, and it paid off.
Also, the 15-month thing. He hadn't been in the ring in the 15 months. The first 3 rounds were clearly Anthony Joshua getting his motor going. If you rewatch the whole fight, the first 3 rounds are Anthony Joshua just getting the feel of the ring back. I'd also like to point out that Jake Paul chose the largest size ring that you can have in a boxing match. So he had lots of room to run around. And I think Anthony Joshua did it exactly right. Just stalk him around the ring, warm your hands up, throw in a couple punches. I mean, even in the first round, it was like it was a total of 10 or 12 total punches in the first round.
Yep.
The first round really didn't offer much action, and the second round really was a little bit faster. Yeah, but it also really didn't do much. It really wasn't until the 3rd and 4th rounds that Jake Paul starting to test his own limits and actually started going in on Anthony Joshua. And then by round 5 and 6, he was spent, and Anthony Joshua just picked him apart, just stalked him, just continued stalking him. Anthony Joshua's plan, you could watch his whole demeanor never changes through that whole fight. And I credit Anthony Joshua to that because so many boxers, Jake Paul is really great at getting underneath people's skin. So it would have been real easy for him to just lose his patience and start trying to rush him down and expand extra energy. He did it exactly the way he should have done it.
Of the 6 rounds, did Jake Paul win any of the rounds?
We won the first.
The first round.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
He landed more.
Yeah,
he landed more hits.
He landed more punches and he threw more punches. In a round where there's almost no action, the guy who's at least trying to throw more and at least connects a few is going to win over the guy who did not.
Okay.
So yeah, he did win the first round, but only the first.
Yep.
And before Anthony Joshua was the guy that Jake Paul was going to fight, he was going to called somebody. His name was Tank Davis. He was 5'6",
Tank Murdoch.
5'6", 135 pounds. That's who
5'6", 135 pounds.
That's who Jake was supposed to fight before Anthony Joshua. Now I don't know why the fight fell through, but it fell through, and then that's when Anthony Joshua picked up the fight.
And it was good for Jake Paul. Had he actually gone through and fought and beat up a 150-pound fighter, it would not have helped his career like he thought.
Exactly.
That's not necessarily true to say he would have beat him, because Tank
that's true
is a really good fighter.
You're right.
And he's got a lot of power for a little guy.
You're right.
Could have been the end of Jake Paul's career had he. Maybe that's why he chose not. Maybe that's why he chose not to take it.
Yeah, because Tank wasn't going to play.
losing
He
to
said
Anthony
in some
Joshua.
interviews that if they miss script and want to play around, that he's going to lay him down.
Yeah, listen, Anthony Joshua, say what you want about Jake Paul. He claims that he is more than he is. He claims that he is better than he is. He is a promoter. He is a showman. He knows how to put on a show. He knows how to make business deals, and him and his brother know how to work social media. You can't.
And he's
deny
got big
any-
cojones for getting in the ring with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, it also
I'll
takes
give him that.
courage and guts to stand
Yeah.
in the ring with Anthony Joshua. It takes courage and guts to step in the ring with Mike Tyson, agreement or
Anybody,
not.
period.
All it takes is Mike Tyson just decide he doesn't give a shit and he wants to cave you half your face in. So credit for him for getting in the ring at all, because he probably doesn't need to, but he is making a lot more money now that he now that he is
Well, yeah.
stepping in the ring.
All right, let me throw a little bit of a curve on the subject here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Comparing this fight to the Tyson one, and not in terms of the fight, but in terms of the, I guess the streaming feed, because the Tyson one kept going off and on all the time because there's so many people watching it.
I don't know how many people were actually watching this one. I don't think it was as high as the Tyson one.
See, because my theory with the Tyson one was that fight was coming in Netflix. It was going to be the first time Netflix has done something that big, and I think the reason why they chose to do it is because Netflix was going to be having the WWE coming in. Rumor has it there's going to have some NASCAR stuff coming in and some football and other things. So they wanted to.
Yep.
And in my opinion, I haven't read this anywhere. This is strictly my opinion. Netflix executives say, okay, let's see what it takes to break our system so we know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And if they had that many people and the system was broken because so many live streams were cutting out.
And that wasn't the only time, Andrew, that they've had problem with their live streaming. Last year on their Christmas Day football, it was cut. It was in and out for the first half of the game. It was in and out. It was terrible spotty coverage. And I even made comments on social media about how, well, Netflix, if you want to get in the live streaming business, you've got to get this worked out real quick because people aren't going to stand for this. And since then, I think you're right, Andrew. They've been doing more live streaming because they want to get into it, and they have begun working out a lot of their problems. Last night's live stream, J-Man, you were watching some of it too. Did you have any delays or any hiccups or anything like that?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, neither did I. I didn't experience anything like that. And I definitely did on the Tyson fight and on last year for the Christmas football episode I experienced for both of those. There were big technical issues during both of those.
Exactly.
So they have definitely stepped in the right direction in terms of their live streaming Netflix.
I mean, I applauded Netflix when I was one of the few when the stream kept cutting out during the Tyson fight. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they want to break the system. They want to know what's broken so they can fix it for later on. So that was my theory behind it. Now, I've never read anything, whether that was actually true or not, but to me, it just makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Sure
and I completely agree with that, Johnny Lee.
I think that he's got a point there because I didn't experience no buffering, no issues at all.
No, me neither. Yeah, it was a great live stream. They did a great with the live stream. And even their boxing commentators are not terrible. They're pretty okay.
Yeah, one of those boxing commentators was actually on WWE as a commentator at one point.
Oh yeah,
and he got bullied, and he decided, you know what, fuck this, I'm out. I'm going back to boxing.
Oh okay, no kidding.
I'd
love for Netflix to pick up Max Kellerman.
Me too.
So that would be good. That's what I would recommend to them for their boxing team. They need Max Kellerman. I'm a big Jim Lampley fan too. I'm an old school HBO boxing guy. I used to watch it all the time, so I love their commentating team. But at least get Max Kellerman, because Max Kellerman is probably one of the smartest commentators for boxing out there right now. J-Man, do you agree with that? You kind of look like you have a "what the hell am I talking about" look on your face.
I was just my arm is getting tired from holding my phone, so I'm switching arms, trying to get comfortable. I should have planned this out a little bit better.
Yeah,
Prop your phone up on a book or something.
An impromptu episode. Yeah, just set it up on your coffee table or something. Get something to hold the back of it up.
All right, give me a second here.
I didn't get to watch much of the other card because, again, I tuned in. I did get to watch the whole fight, but I didn't get to watch much of the card because I had tuned in late. I didn't realize that I still had my Netflix access. But I did get to watch some of the women's fight, and I do want to give Jake Paul credit for this also. He has featured a women's boxing match in each of his events.
Yes.
Yeah, he's real big pro on women's boxing or any sport for that matter.
Yeah, and I give Jake Paul some mad kudos for that because that is excellent. I love seeing I love seeing it in wrestling, women getting more time and putting on some really banger matches. I love seeing it in boxing. And just like in wrestling, oftentimes you will get a better match with two women than you will with two guys because they want it more.
I got 2 words for you. Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Andrew has a unhealthy Charlotte Flair obsession. You know, I
not
can't
sure
blame
who that
him. I have an unhealthy Alicia Silverstone obsession, so I can't
One of
blame him.
I had a
Oh.
Liv Morgan obsession, so I feel y'all both on that.
Yeah, all right. So we all have one at least, so that's good. But yeah, you know, like Charlotte Flair, like the women boxers they want it more, just like in wrestling, Andrew. That's what I think. I think that's why they put on better matches.
And that's one thing that everybody I talk to about the Jake Paul Tyson fight. Now, once again, I don't know a lot about everything boxing wise, but almost everybody you talk to says the best match by far was the women's match, and that was one of the best matches of all time. Even, you know, I couldn't tell you who the women were, but it was a good match to watch.
I don't recall who it was
match.
off the top of my head, but it was a really good match. That was probably the match of the night on the Tyson card because I watched that.
And everybody you talk to that says they watched that will tell you the same thing about that too. That was great.
Yeah. And well, some of my favorite matches of the last 2 years, I would put women's matches in some of my favorite matches. Shoot, who was it? It was Britt Baker and was it Thunder Rosa in the cage match?
Yep.
Yeah, that to me was in 2023. That was like a match of the year candidate in 2023. So I think they're the women across the board too, no matter what company, TNA, AEW, WWE, the women are putting on some of the better matches and some of the better product.
Did you say Britt Baker?
Britt Baker, yeah.
I got one word for Britt Baker.
What's that?
Hot.
Oh yeah, she's definitely my favorite. She's my favorite in AEW for many reasons. But anyway, so let's get back to the boxing. I didn't get to see a lot of the other undercard, but they always do feature a very great undercard.
No, I wanted to see Anderson Silva and Tyrone Woodley.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
I did see some things on Facebook that Anderson Silva won, and he's 50 years old. I didn't
Isn't
get
he the MMA
fight.
guy?
Yeah,
He's one of the all-time greats in UFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Anderson Silva was one of the top-notch UFC fighters back in the day.
Yeah,
he was. I want to see. I'm gonna go rewatch it. I didn't get a chance before we did this, but I am gonna go rewatch that, and that's one of the matches I'm gonna be looking at.
I sure will.
Yes, I'm gonna watch it as I wrap presents tomorrow.
Yeah, nice. Anderson Silva is. I want to see how he does. Who did he go against? Tyrone Woodley.
Tyrone Woodley, yeah.
And wow,
and I'm pretty sure Jake Paul boxed both of them.
He has.
If he beat Tyrone Woodley, that's not a terrible thing.
Well,
it's interesting. That's
boxing is different than UFC. Bare knuckle fighting is different than boxing, different than UFC.
You know, it might be.
It's all a different skill set.
Yeah. It's interesting to see some of these MMA guys switching over to boxing because the paydays are starting to get a little bit better than the UFC paydays.
Yeah, UFC is not paying out probably like it should.
You know why that is? TKO. It's as soon as Dana White sold it to TKO, and you know TKO's is what's killing the UFC. It's killing the WWE too.
Greedy bastards.
Okay, now in all due fairness, then. A guy like myself who does not follow boxing, but I knew about this Jake Paul fight. I mean, I didn't know I could watch it last night. I didn't know it was on Netflix, but I heard about it. So how can you say that boxing brings in more money than the UFC when boxing is not?
No, not all boxing. Not all
boxing.
Boxing, but specifically Jake Paul and his promotions in association with
MVP.
Right.
Yeah, MVP and Netflix. They're the promotions. They're the boxing promotions that are bringing in money. Other than that, if it's not in Las Vegas, it's not bringing in that much money. The economics of boxing is definitely different, and it's also because There's so many governing bodies. There's so many different organizations in boxing. What boxing needs is a Dana White type person to come in and just start over and just start picking up these boxers, putting them on, start being able to pay them contracts to keep them, fighting for them, for that company, and then try and put on good matches, not have it be about what do you want, what's good for the fighter, what's good for this, what is good for the fans, what is going to bring in the most money. You need a promoter who's concerned with uniting all of boxing, like Dana White did for MMA.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what it seems to be Jake Paul doing for the women's boxing sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was last night's match considered a heavyweight bout, or
it was a ranked match? Yes, it was a ranked match. Mike Tyson's wasn't. That was just an exhibition.
no? I mean, what was it, a heavyweight, or was it featherweight, middleweight, whatever weight classes they had? Was it a
the
heavyweight?
women's or the
Paul
main
is
event?
No.
cruiserweight, and
Paul
Anthony
Joshua.
is he's a heavyweight, and Jake is a cruiserweight.
Yeah, Jake is technically a cruiserweight. He went up in weight class to fight Anthony Joshua.
So is the cruiserweight just a step below heavyweight then?
No, 2, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's light
At least
heavyweight.
2.
So
Yeah, at
Jake
least
was
2.
actually fighting somebody a lot bigger than him.
Yep.
Way
Oh
back.
yeah. Oh
Way
yeah.
back.
Anthony Joshua towered over him.
So why did he?
Yeah, he had 30 pounds on him.
So why did they let the governing bodies? Why did they sanction this then? Why did they say, hey, wait a second, let's get 2 guys more of the same weight class?
2 fighters that want to fight each other. That's also the problem. You had too much of that in the prior, where the sanctioning bodies wouldn't let fighters fight each other for whatever type of reason. Now they've been a lot more laxed on that. If 2 fighters want to fight each other, as long as there's nothing illegal or nefarious happening, then as long as it meets certain criteria, it can be a legitimate ranked boxing match.
And that's
Okay.
how you can tell why boxing is losing some of its steam, because it's starting to turn into what the UFC used to be. No weight class, just people going out and fighting.
Yeah, that
Because
was before
they
Dana
wanna
took
fight.
But that's what it
over. Yeah.
needs right now. Boxing needs that because there are too many weight classes. There are too
Oh, yeah,
many belts.
I'm just
in boxing.
saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's what boxing needs right now. It needs more good fights and less people worrying about who the hell this champion is or who the hell that champion is. It
That's
needs
right.
more good fights.
What
Big
was
Beard
the
Dudley's
line?
tuned in. What's up,
What's
Big
up,
Beard
Big
Dudley?
Beard?
Heels. Triple H. We're just gonna call them the Triple H podcast. Every time I'm on camera, I can never. I've always mess up their name. So the Triple H podcast. Go check them out. Big Bearded Dudley and I know Big Beard Dudley's on your guys's.
Yep, he's on
I'm
ours.
getting everybody confused now. See, this is why I shouldn't even mess with comments while we're live. I shouldn't even do that.
So what was the? I guess, by lack of a better term, the line on the fight. What were the?
Everybody expected Joshua to win.
Yeah, but I mean, in what round? I guess because
A lot of people were
First
predicting
round.
the earlier rounds 2 or
They
3.
speculated in every round.
so
They
the
all want
bookies
him to win
the
on the
bookies come
first
out
round.
pretty good on this one then, because it
for
went
anybody-
longer than expected.
For anybody who bet on a round, yeah, probably, because I likely nobody bet on round 6. I don't know who would have bet on round. I certainly wouldn't have bet on round 6.
Okay.
So if that's what you were going for, like if you were
Yeah.
in a bet where you were trying to choose what rounds, then yeah.
I
I
would have
can't
bet
imagine.
4 or 5, but
Apparently, people want to have him knock out Jake Paul in the first round, but that
Yeah.
was not going to happen.
that would have been
Yeah.
dangerous boxing for him to try and do that. That would have been
Yeah,
dangerous.
and they're also criticizing Anthony Joshua for like not knocking him out in the first 2 rounds. And it's like, well, he's coming off a 15-month layoff, and Jake Paul, while he's not a professional boxer, not to the caliber that Anthony Joshua is, still does have strength. He still does have size. He still has power. Anthony Joshua's not an idiot. He's not just going to run in there and
Exactly.
getting.
And he's got a lot of
him
money to
fly.
pay a lot of trainers a ton of money to teach him too.
Yeah,
You just don't have some guy coming out of Philadelphia or New York with nothing trying to get someone to train him. He has money to pay the best trainers.
you're talking about Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Joshua has money too.
Oh no,
Okay.
yeah. Dude,
He
his
sure
trainer-
does.
Yeah, dude. Jake Paul, his trainer is one of the students of Emmanuel Stewart, who's arguably one of the best trainers, boxing trainers of all time. So that's a lineage right there. Jake Paul had a hell of a corner. Yeah, he did.
And people's got to remember that Jake Paul could still throw haymakers and jabs.
Anybody.
If Anthony Joshua had went into an errant jab or a haymaker, he would have been knocked down.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would have
Jake,
been the end of it. So that's why you had to fight smart and let it go into the longer rounds to let Jake tire himself out.
That's right.
yeah. It's smart boxing. It's not just going in there because he does have skill. Jake Paul does have some skill and he does have some strength. So don't be stupid and go in there and just try and crush him. Let him tire himself out and then pick your shot. And that's exactly what happened. That is the difference. People who are saying, oh, he should have knocked him out in the first round or two. Those are people who don't understand the sport of boxing.
They don't.
Because Anthony Joshua did exactly what any professional boxer would have done.
But
Especially till you come back.
But and I don't know if I'm going to phrase this right, but if Jake Paul has the money to hire the best trainers and everything out there, wouldn't they already assume, okay, this is Joshua's game plan? He's going to let you tire yourself out, so let's not tire yourself out. I mean, am I saying that right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but Jake Paul also is going to come up with his own game plan. This is how I think I'm going to win. I'm going to dance around. I'm going to tire him out, and I'm going to throw some haymakers. Hopefully, I can land one and get him to stumble, fall, to make myself look that much better.
And that was his game plan to begin with.
Right, and that's a good game plan. I'd have went with the same thing.
Did Jake land any punches outside the first round?
He landed a few that probably
he did. Yeah, he did land a few.
A little something. Yeah, I'm sure.
Anthony Joshua did have a little scratch on his cheek, a little minor cut. It wasn't actually bleeding, more of an abrasion, but he did have a little cut on his one cheek. He definitely took a shot or two from Jake Paul, but Anthony Joshua was never in any trouble.
No, Jake can't. He wasn't throwing his body weight and throwing his hips into his punches like he should have been. He was just throwing big hands. That's all he was doing, was throwing big hands. He didn't have the form that he should have.
And that goes to the experience side of it. He's just an inexperienced boxer right there. That's what that match was. Not that Jake Paul is a bad boxer. He's just inexperienced. He only has 5 years and 10 professional fights under his belt. That's not a lot of fights. Anthony Joshua's got 50 some professional fights, and that's not even counting his Olympic fighting.
Across 18 years of experience.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was the difference maker there was experience, not anything else. Well, size maybe too, of course, because Anthony Joshua was built like
he's a big guy compared to.
I mean, that's intimidating. I don't care who you are,
dude. Yeah,
what kind of confidence you have when Duke towers over you.
And listen, Jake Paul's a big guy, and Anthony Joshua towered over him.
He did.
Yeah, 6 foot 215 that's a big guy.
Yeah, I thought they were a little closer.
234 is even bigger.
I thought they were a little closer in size when I saw them get in the ring and stand to each other. I was like, oh dang, Anthony Joshua's way bigger.
And anytime that Jake was clinching with him near the end of the rounds, you could see that Anthony Joshua was getting really confident because he's starting to hit some combos on that.
Yeah, he was throwing around the back into the kidneys. Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm like, get off of me. Like, what are you doing?
Let's talk about that for a minute then. The Jake Paul he was definitely trying to do some dirty stuff, some shady stuff. Let's use the word shady stuff.
That's dirty boxing. That's dirty boxing.
Yeah. Taking him down, trying to clinch up, throwing his head in when he would lead in. And I love the referee was not calling it. He was not separating them in a time.
He was paid not to.
I was about to start asking, all right, did Jake Paul pay the ref off or what's going on here? Do we have another?
That's like trying to tell your boss at work that he's doing something wrong.
Exactly.
But I love that.
More or less, that's what it is.
Yeah, but I love that Anthony Joshua, since the referee wasn't doing anything, Anthony Joshua was like, okay, fine. So here, I'm just going to clobber you with my tree limb and hit you in the kidney.
I don't blame him. One bit. Not even a little bit.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Just like when he drove his knee into his chest when he tried to pull him down on top of him. I said, exactly. I would have taken a knee on his chest too, man.
Absolutely.
And they were trying to say that he low blowed Jake Paul, but
no, there was no low blow. There was no low blow.
There's no low blow to him. That's what they were saying.
There was no low blow. That was knee to the stomach.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if it happened when he went to the ground trying to pull Anthony Joshua to the ground. It came from his own volition. I'm glad the announcers called that too. I'm glad the
As
announcers
soon as they
called
showed
that.
the replay, I was like, yeah, no.
But I'm just glad. But
This
you
is
know,
fake.
sometimes you get announcers like in the Mike Tyson fight. Some of the announcers were trying to make excuses and stuff, and I was glad to see the announcers just being like, "Well, what is the referee doing? This is a cause of Jake Paul and his own actions, not Anthony Joshua." So,
what time did the actual fight come on Eastern time last night? Not
Oh,
the show,
geez,
but
what,
the actual fight.
11? Oh,
yeah, probably 11.
Okay.
no, the prelim started at like 5 or something like that, and then like the main card started at like 8, and then Paul and Joshua started at like 11 or something. Didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. 10.
I
or
think
11,
that's how it was planned out.
11 quarter after 11 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And this was
They had
all
a lot
in
of-
Vegas.
No, they were
I
in the
don't know
UK.
where it was, to be honest.
They were in the UK. They sang they gave the new UK national anthem.
Yep, they did.
In the UK. Why is
Yeah.
Joshua British?
Yep.
Okay.
He is.
He is.
They also sung our national anthem after that.
And, well, I'm not going to comment on that.
No, you can. The singer who sang our national anthem crushed it. The singer who sang the UK national anthem did
That's my opinion, yes.
did not do very
In my
well.
opinion.
Exactly.
Was it the same singer?
No.
Wow.
There's a different one that they brought on. to sing
It was
that.
in different area codes for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. The UK national anthem was really, really not good. Not
It was
good at all.
a bit rough.
Yeah, she had to have been nervous. I would chalk it up to nerves, but it
I
was
would
not
too.
good.
Yeah.
But the other girl, she crushed our national anthem. She knocked
Yeah,
that.
she nailed
knocked
it
that out
for
of the
sure.
park.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You
yeah,
don't know
she
who it was?
Right on.
Oh, God.
No, I can't remember. I don't remember who it was. Nobody that I had heard
No.
of.
I just
Like,
watched
not
it.
anybody that I
I
knew
would
of.
have forgotten what her name was, but she was a Grammy Award winner.
Yeah,
Oh, is she?
yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Well, she deserves it.
She didn't look nervous at all compared to the.
No,
first
no,
girl.
not at all.
Even if she was a little at the beginning, by the time she was past the first line, she was in it.
Yeah, you
That's
could tell
right.
by her facial expressions and everything she was doing. Her body demeanor she was not worried at all.
Yeah,
Bad
So-
time she gained that confidence.
yeah. So yeah, it was. Overall, I think it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I'm glad I tuned into it. I'm glad I got to watch it. I am glad Anthony Joshua, knocked Jake Paul unconscious, and he didn't really knock him
Broke that jaw.
unconscious, but spun him around a little bit and gave him an education. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
that
I think
cross.
Jake Paul talks a lot of stuff, and I know why he does it. I get it. It's his gimmick. It's how he draws people in. He's a good promoter. Yeah, he's a good promoter, right? People are paying a lot of money to watch him get knocked out. So
And that's
Pretty much.
what
That's
happened.
exactly what it is. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. And you know what? Again, credit to the man. He faced a guy who he knew there was no way he didn't know that Anthony Joshua was going to knock him out.
Exactly.
Like Jake
You went
Paul.
in
is
with a hope
smarter.
and a dream.
Yeah.
Even
Jake
Logan
Paul is smarter.
for him.
Jake Paul is smarter than that. He knew Anthony Joshua was going to knock him out. He knew that was a loss coming, but he still stood in there and took the punch. He still tried. He tried his game plan, and even though it didn't work, they should have had him swimming laps in the pool for the last 6 months to face Anthony
Yep.
Joshua.
He was training for a different fighter. Don't forget that, though. He was
Yeah,
training
that's
for
know
Tank
what, I don't-
Davis, who is way shorter, way lighter, and then he
Yeah, but
had
I
to
don't like-
switch to a different fighter.
Yeah, but I don't like that either. If you're
There's two different training styles completely.
But if you're
Yeah.
if that's the case, if you're not ready, or if that's going to be a reason or a potential issue, then don't take the fight. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. I don't like saying, "Oh, he was training for somebody else." Then why did he?
No,
take
I'm
the
not
fight?
coming up with excuses for Jake. I'm the last person to come up with an excuse for him for sure.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying though that the whole different person who trained for a different person. I don't really. You know what? Good boxers have a training style, and yeah, they probably change some things based on who they.
Well,
See, this
how far in advance did he know he'll be fighting this Joshua guy?
I'm not sure how
Not long. Not that long.
Okay.
See, this is my theory. He took the fight with Tank Davis because he's shorter and smaller, just like
Yep.
Jake was against Joshua. So he was looking for pointers and things to do, against Joshua that he learned from Tank Davis. That's my theory.
That's possible, maybe.
Take it or leave it.
That'd be a
But,
lot
I mean,
of that'd be a lot of misdirection, but maybe. But yeah, I think it was a good fight, and and he did a good job at standing up to Anthony Joshua there.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any final points they want to discuss or talk about?
I was about to hop out of here, but
Yeah,
Wasn't
well,
there a fight tonight as well? What's his name? Andrew
Yeah.
Tate.
Tate. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Tate
I don't know a
got
lot about Tate or what the other. I can't remember the other guy's name.
Is that on Netflix too?
No, I don't know where it was, and I don't know a whole lot about it. But Tate, I'm not going to get into all that. But Tate lost, from what I hear.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the whole. I did see something else, but I'm not sure about the.
I don't like Tate. I think he's arrogant and cocky, and he needed this beatdown, in my opinion.
But
Not
that's
that I know
also
a whole
what
lot
that
about
quality
anything,
is.
but that's just my opinion.
I agree with you, Johnny.
He
Lee.
needed humbled. He needed humbled for sure.
Just like Jake Paul needed humbled. Yeah.
Yep. because-
Tate needed way more humbled than Jake Paul.
Oh no. I agree that both Tate and Jake Paul need the same humbling because both of them were arrogant. Both of them ran their mouth. Both of them thought they were alpha males, and they found out real quick what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tate. In my opinion, Tate needed way more humbled than Jake. Jake definitely needed humbled, but Tate is a different kind of person than Jake. They are completely different people. Jake is a little more humble than Tate, and Tate
It's on
hopefully
Rumble
has been humbled.
Premium. Wow,
I
you have
mean-
Rumble Premium.
Oh, I do not have Rumble Premium, but we are on
Oh,
Rumble
yeah.
and we're live streaming to Rumble right now. So don't turn us off just yet. You can tune into them in a few minutes right after we get off.
I
All
think
right, but I'm
um,
gonna cut out of here. Thanks for having me on. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay.
Andrew
Go,
and
go handle some
Johnny
stuff.
Lee. It's hard to see on my phone.
Yep, Andrew and Johnny Lee. Yep.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
J-Man, one question for you. You say after wrap presents, what'd you get your brother?
Yeah, socks.
Yeah. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully you spend it on Liam. That's where most
Y'all
of our
have a good
money
night.
goes.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Nice to meet you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's right.
See you later, J-Man. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
J-Man is the father of my nephew Liam, who occasionally makes an appearance on my shows. I should have said that at the beginning of the episode. I don't know why I didn't. But J-Man
Did
is the father of Liam.
Has Liam coined the phrase "in punk we trust" yet?
No.
Okay.
And anytime you try and get him to do that, I'm going to make sure I listen. He's messing with me and my brother enough already in football. All right, I don't know what's going on, but for some reason he seems to want to root against my brother's team and against my team. He's just been doing it. I think just
Who's your brother's team?
He's a Commanders fan, although he would probably have a problem. So I'm going to say it the right way. He's a Redskins.
Redskins.
Fan.
Yeah, Redskins.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, Andrew. He'll have a cow if I don't actually say it the right way. So yeah.
Hey, speaking of
he's a
NFL,
Redskins fan.
why are there NFL games tonight?
What's tonight?
Saturday.
Oh shoot! What channels are they on tonight?
They were on Fox. There's a
Oh,
game on
yeah,
right
Fox.
now, or there was a game on earlier too. There are two games on. The Commanders were one of them.
Oh, I have to. They've been doing that more and more to be able to show more football games. College is over once the
No, it's
bowl
not.
game-
College is in the playoffs right now. I'm watching Oregon and
but
James
yeah,
Madison, whatever it's called.
yeah, but the playoffs are only what? How many teams are in the playoffs as opposed to what a normal college schedule
12.
is during the day?
12.
Yeah.
So 12 teams. That's 6 games. That's still not what you normally would see in a college on
You're
8
right.
different
You're
channels.
right.
So yeah, they've started as soon as the college regular season ends and high school's over. They started adding Friday night and Saturday afternoon, Saturday night games
Okay.
throughout the weekend now.
Okay.
And I imagine we're going to be seeing more football, not less football. Especially
Yep.
the rights are outrageous right now. Netflix wants to get into streaming, HBO Max. The rights are going to be outrageous.
Exactly.
So the NFL is about to be making bank on their television rights, and I hope somebody buys something, because I'm sorry. Listen, I used to be a big Fox fan, but Fox does not have a legitimate streaming service. Their streaming service is in complete shambles and garbage. Get the NFL, get my NFC off of Fox television. Put it on anywhere else. Give it to Netflix, give it to Max, give it to Paramount, give it to Amazon. I don't care. Just put it somewhere where I can watch it. Okay. Get it off regular television and give it to me somewhere where I can watch it, because Fox does not have a streaming service that's worth a damn, and I'm tired of it.
Exactly.
At least on Paramount, at least CBS, Paramount, they have Paramount Plus. You can at least watch the CBS games. Fox has nothing. Fox is garbage.
That's right.
That's my opinion on
Do
it.
you have a Fire Stick or Roku, or what do you use for your streaming service or the streaming platform?
I use apps. I have an Xfinity cable box, but I don't pay anything for like cable. I'm not paying Xfinity for local cable or local channels and that crap.
Okay.
Which is why I want them to get off Fox. It's time for them to get off Fox. Fox and
That's
CBS, and only because Fox has no streaming platform.
Sure, they do.
Not a legitimate one. Fox.
Well,
Sports,
what do you mean by legitimate one? What does that mean to you?
I mean, Fox Sports is outrageously priced, and they offer garbage. So I don't really consider that a legitimate one. You have to offer me something more than just one game a week or 2 games a week. That's not enough for me to buy your streaming service.
Get a $20 Fire Stick, and I can help you out.
All right. Well, we'll look into that.
Yeah.
And in
that's
the
why.
meantime, NFL, it's time for your rights to come up anyway. It's 2025 this year, next year, your rights are coming up anyway. So it's time to sign some new deals with people with big pay. Fox is going to lose them anyway. Fox can't afford to keep them.
That's right.
Not with Netflix and Paramount and Amazon in the mix now. It's impossible for Fox to keep them.
Okay.
That's
I don't know all the ins and outs like you do, so I just know that I'm able to watch a bunch of stuff.
I just can't watch Fox. That's the only thing I can't watch on football, but that's okay. I might even do another football NFL watch along, maybe tomorrow night, or if not tomorrow night, maybe next weekend. So we may do one more thing yet before the end of the year for Mayhem Media. And next year is going to be a big 2026 for us. And for the Rinky Dink Bullshit Podcasts team, they're also going to have a big 2026 as well. And Andrew's planning a big 2026.
Well, everyone plans to have a big 2026. I mean, when you think about it, everyone does. No one's going to say, I'm not going. My 2026 is going to suck.
You know what? I long for the day when I'm like, you know what we're doing is working. We don't have to change up a bunch of stuff and try new things next year. It's working. That's what I'm looking forward to, the day that I can do that.
Always progress, always move forward, always change with the flow.
Progression is fine.
Yes.
Progression is fine. Having to redo or revamp and rethink a bunch of stuff is not the same thing. So
Right.
that's kind of what I'm talking about there. Yeah, I long for the day when I can be like, yeah, I'm not planning a big 2026. It's going to be a big 2026, but I'm not planning on a whole big thing to be going on.
I mean,
Just want it to be there. Just want it to be there.
I got a question for you, Superfly.
Yeah.
What is the Rinky Dink BS podcast? What is that?
It is something that a hater coined for our podcast when it was Nice Game Podcast, which it still is. But he was hating on us, and for all of 2022, he spent many times cutting promos where he was like, you guys, I'm on this.
He's waving to somebody now.
So I had people trying to.
That's all good, man.
What is the main subject matter? What do you guys talk about?
We talked about professional wrestling.
Oh, okay. All right.
But the name originates from a hater that we had, and he was like to call us the Ricky Dick Bullshit Podcast. So me and Andy were like, you know what? We're going to take that name that he's called us, and we're going to turn it into a show. And that's how I became the host of it.
There you go.
Embracing it just like I'm embracing the bad guy persona.
That's
there you go. Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you for having me on. This has been fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to do a lot more stuff in 2026. So look for Andrew and make sure you go check him out. Just go search Andrew Poletto. He does everything off of his Facebook page.
Yep.
He likes to keep everything centralized, which is probably the smart way to go.
Yeah.
Johnny Lee and I like to do things complicated. So go check out our individual pages and make sure you follow them and share them out and hit the like button and all that. The Rinky Dink Bullshit Podcasts, Nice Guy Andy Podcast, they're all the same guys. So make sure you go share them out. And of course, Mayhem Media, and check out our storefront, bonfire.com, /store/Mayhem Media Shop and pick up some of our storefront, including Diamond Apparel. We're licensed to sell Austin Diamond and Scott Diamond Apparel. Go pick up some of that as well. Until next time, I am your host, JD, the bad guy of podcasting. That's the end.